It's Janine Piepenbroek from Drunkabilly Records. Today our label was talked about and called an important part of the DIY subculture and the importance of us, Drunkabilly Records, keeping this DIY subculture internationally alive. We were mentioned as a global mail order and international promoters that keep the indie DIY underground psychobilly scene alive. It also focused on the live show mayhems that we give, because it has a very special vibe. The shows, we do big festivals, but also many small club shows and festivals in the psychobilly scene. The small club shows give it a very special and up close and connected vibe with the audiences that really sets our scene apart, which makes it also a very social and special scene to watch bands in, because you can watch them often not in like a mass stadium, but also in a very close and personal setting. And we have also in our scene the vintage sound versus the modern new values dynamic going on. This also really expresses itself in the band's approach to lyrics. So some bands stick to the old school way and traditional vintage way of doing psychobilly, talking about horror themes, vintage, hot rods, sexual taboos, rebellion, life and pinups. While there is also another element to our scene which brings in the new vintage values. For example, bands like the Creep Shows have an evolving nature into different styles and different lyrics, going away from the traditional vintage psychobilly lyrics. They see punk more as something to introspectively write about. Personally, and in Drunkabilly Records, we're all about honoring the pioneers and vintage old school psychobilly ways, such as invented and created by the Meteors and pioneers such as the Cramps, is what sets the tone for our label. Even though we do release new school, new vintage material, so again we're a non-political stance label, but as a preference we definitely prefer the Meteors and the traditional old school DIY punk rock values of the scene.